Hey guys, it's Zibus here, the Baron's Finest, getting you all a deck profile. I know this is really obscure, but I promised a friend that I'd play Prophecy at a local, like my first in-store tournament local of this format, and this is really my first one of this format. Uh, which I guess technically 2 weeks into the second week of the format isn't that bad. I've been busy, but yeah, I figured I'd at least get you guys this profile before I put everything away, because I kind of realized in playtesting this deck isn't probably not going to be going anywhere for a while. But, I mean, it was fun to play this again, and I'll just go ahead and get started on the list. Also, yeah, Bay token. Anyways, so to start off with, I played the, I guess, 9 basics, a 3 Magician, for anybody who doesn't remember this deck at all. Magician's when it's normal, summoned, or flipped face up, add a Spellbook spell card from deck to hand. 3 Justice. Justice's effect is that during the end phase of every turn in which you activate a Spellbook spell card, you banish it from the field, add both a level 5 or higher light or dark spellcaster and a Spellbook spell card, and you can only use that effect once per turn. And then I feel like there's something in this sleeve. 1 second, guys. Yep, there was. Okay, I'm not crazy. And then last but not least, the boss monster, the triple priestess. I chose to play a priestess build of the deck, and let's actually get these all in if I can. Well, no, hold on. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to make this all look pretty, I guess. But yeah, the 9, I guess, basic prophecies. Part of me kind of wanted to try a Temperance Democ build, but I don't own Temperances, and yeah, I mean, I guess I should, realistically, but I like Justice's +1. Plus, I didn't really play against a lot of Cosmo at my locals tonight, thankfully. We only had 1 Cosmo player tonight, I think. But yeah, the 9 basics. And then my last 4 monsters were 2 copies of Kaiku and 2 copies of Effect Veiler. Kaiku I felt was a really good meta pick for this deck, mainly on the fact that with Kaiku, you do get things going in your deck. Kaiku's a really nasty card. Cosmo Ships can't banish, and, you know, it just does look a bit. It was a game meta call, even though, like, I lost to everything meta and only beat the irrelevant decks. So that does it for the monsters. It was 13, yeah. Spells, triple secrets. I wish I had more ultis of this. But secrets is you add a Spellbook spell or a Spellbook card from deck to hand. Except secrets. So you can grab Magician, Magician will grab something else, and then you just continue on with the cycle. 2 Master. You reveal, if you control a Spellcaster, you reveal a Spellbook spell card, copy a normal Spellbook spell card in grave. 2 Tower, probably the best card in the deck now in my opinion. I used to think this card was just like the really good card, but now I think it's honestly the best card of the deck. Basically, it makes it so every standby phase, if you have a spellcaster on board or in grave, you shuffle, or you put one, like a Spellbook spell card from the bottom of your deck back into your deck, into the bottom of your deck and draw a card. 2 Fate. Probably also, I'd say this is probably the best card of the deck. You banish 3 Spellbooks. Well, excuse me, up to 3, and then activate effects depending on how many you banish. 1 is that you bounce a spell drop on the field of the hand. 2, you either book a Muno monster or force a monster in face-up attack position. I actually wound up using every effect for the first one, and then the third effect, which is probably the best one, just banish a card on the field. It doesn't target, by the way, for the banish effect. None of these target, so that's really great about Fate. I also play Double Crescent, because I figured I might as well just try and make my openings a bit stronger. I started it out every game, and that's what you should be doing with Crescent, but 2 Wisdom. I felt this was going to be kind of relevant, and it kind of was. I liked it. And I just play this, and I play this deck really basic. I made this build in 1 night, basically. 1 life, 1 eternity, and 1 power. I want a multi-power so badly, but I don't feel like dropping 2025 on it. I really wouldn't change much about the Spellbook ratio, I don't think. I wish Starhall was better than it actually is, because I like playing this deck with Starhall, but this is definitely not a format for Starhall, especially when It's not that undaunting to out it. And then I played 4 non-Spellbook spell cards. I played 3 copies of Pot of Duality, and then 1 Raigeki. Duality was to help fix consistency. Raigeki was just to clear boards, especially against Cosmo, because Cosmo, you will just lose, just saying. Traps, I played 1 Solemn Strike, because a friend sold to me for really cheap. Thank you so much, Jacob, if you're randomly watching this. Yeah, shout out to you. And for people who don't know who Jacob is, it was the guy that did the Fluffle deck profile on my channel. 1 Warning, and then 1 Bottomless. Part of me wanted to play Chop Hole Spikes, but I wanted to test some ideas today. My last 4 traps were 2 copies of Quaking Mirror Force. This card is so hit and miss, this format. I actually don't like this card right now, but I didn't know what else to put in. I just kind of grabbed it. And then the last card I actually wanted to try today, which I kind of liked it when I saw it later in the game, but early on in the game, this card is absolute ass, is 2 copies of Ferret Flames. So for anybody who doesn't know what this card does, is that if the combined attack of all face-up monsters your opponent controls is higher than your life points, make your opponent shuffle monsters they control into the deck, their choice, so that the combined attack of all the remaining monsters they control becomes less than or equal to your life points. So basically, you can just wipe your opponent's entire board and it doesn't target. I wanted to try it today. I figured it'd be a fun tech. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't fantastic. So I don't quite know how I feel about it. I mean, yet again, I played this in Prophecy, so this is probably like a really bad, I guess, time to learn about the card. But yeah, there's that. I'll go over the sideboard. Also, the Bay Olivia. I love this so much. Well, extra deck. The extra is for the most part extremely irrelevant. I only went into like, how many cards did I go into? I went into 3 cards in my entire extra deck, so do what you want with the extra. For rank 2s, I played 1 Pure Light, 1 Digestal Phoenix, and 1 Shining Elf. 2 of these are actually the ones I went into. I kind of wanted to play Sky Cavalry, and I wish I did play Sky Cavalry, but I just couldn't find room. Well, I guess I could. I can make room. You really don't care about what you play in your extra deck. It's really irrelevant. Yeah, those were my rank 2s. I played 1 rank 3 in the form of Break Sword. I figured I might as well just play a rank 3, because you can technically life either Magician or Veiler by banishing the other one off a life. And that's also, I'm going to say, like, what a bit of this extra deck mentality came to, like, weird levels and weird level combinations. For 4s, I played 1 Heartland Draco, 1 Castell, 1 Downerd, and then 1 Trapeze Magician. Realistically, like, part of me also did want to try a Perform Mage list, but because of no Juggler, didn't feel it was worth it, but I might try that next time. I don't know. I'm not really going to be playing this deck again. I mean, unless it randomly gets a lot better or something makes it worth playing. Because this deck really wasn't worth playing tonight. I only played it just because I promised a friend who sold me this Drake Jacob like that I would play it. And then my rank 7s were 1 Big Eye, 1 Draco Sack, and 1 Flare Metal. I decided not to play Hierophant. I didn't really feel like there was a need to, especially with how, I guess, technically irrelevant back row is in the meta outside BA. And our Cosmo players don't seem to be super back row heavy. And there we go. And then Flare Metal actually kind of was clutch in late game. Like, I dropped this on a dude who had 1400. Unfortunately, he had Honest in his hand. And I guess like 2 go over my matchups. I wound up going 2-2. I lost to Magispector, Magician. Yeah, basically that was it. And Cosmo, oh my god, I am gonna rant a little bit on Cosmo. Dude sided deck dev. So there was no way I was winning that. He sided deck dev on me, and I forgot to keep searching kaijus in my side, which I'll go into that. Magician, I just wasn't playing that game. I also couldn't drop Priestess. And I beat Bujin and Cyber Dragons. So yeah, no, this deck is bad. It's okay. I mean, it's fun, but it's not a good deck. And then my 4 synchros were Nothung, Arcanite, Omega, and Leo. Again, I more so just kind of focused on weird level combinations of life for my extra deck, and that's where a lot of my mentality came from. So not everything was supposed to be made naturally. I kind of wish I played Chanbara, but outside of that, I really wish. I don't think I would have played anything else. Well, in Cavalry. Cavalry was also a thing. For the side, I sided 2 Jowgen. I never had a chance to really bring it in safely. I probably should have, but what can you do? Yu-Gi-Oh is Yu-Gi-Oh. I just didn't trust this, but at the same time, I shouldn't have thought of this like a Vanity's Emptiness. I should have just thought of this as a board wipe. I did side my Kaiju engine. The form of 1 Sticky Streams, 1 Radiant, and 2 Game of Seal. You'll actually be seeing like this little engine along with 2 Slumber and my Mermail deck profile that I'll be uploading for this new format. I've actually been liking this engine a lot as of late. It's been really good in my opinion. I like the 6-card Kaiju engine. I think it's fantastic in all honesty. 2 MST, never sided these in. 1 Soldrin, I actually like this card a lot this format. Holy crap, this card is good, but I just never had a chance to draw it. I also cited 2 copies of Chain Disappearance, more so for Monarchs, but I never started in. I didn't play against BA. I didn't think to side against Cyber Dragons because it doesn't really hit anything other than core in that deck. So I didn't think it was really worth it. And then last but not least, 2 Masquerade Strike for Monarchs, which I didn't even play against. Yeah, round 1 I played against my friends, Magus Spectre Magician. That is terrible. This deck loses to back row. This deck loses to actual back row. And I also drew really terrible, but that's not the point. I mean, I'm not even gonna be like, oh no, like it's the fact that I played Prophecy tonight. Prophecy is not that great of a deck, as much as I wish it was. Round 2, I played against Cyber Dragons. That was a really interesting game. Ferret Flames especially came in clutch in that matchup. Round 3, I played against... That was my Bujin matchup. Ferret Flames also came in clutch, and it was just a really grindy game, but it was a lot of fun actually kind of just playing that matchup again after so long. And then round 4 was Cosmo. I drew bad in game 1, got Eradicator game 2. And I was not expecting him to side Eradicator at all, because I see no reason to play Eradicator. But apparently he legitimately sided it for this format, and I didn't know what to think of him. But, yeah, let's actually go ahead and, I guess, grab a little video still for you guys. I didn't think I was actually going to be profiling this deck again, like, ever. In all honesty, I didn't know when or if I would profile this again. But, I mean, I still love the deck, but I would not play this, like, outside of a casual area. Like, don't even... I know, like, a friend was telling me, like, that he wanted me to play this at a regional. Now, after actually playing the deck, I question why you would ever want to. But that's going to do it for this deck profile, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave me some feedback. I would love to hear it. I probably won't play the deck again, but I'd be willing to listen to suggestions just for, I guess, the sake of it. I might goof with this a little bit more for funsies, but probably not. What else? I mean, I guess if you guys want some ideas of what's coming up, I am going to be profiling Kaiju Mermail. I'll have a new version of Draco Pals that I've been liking a lot, but I want to do test a few edits, I guess, before I release that list. And Phantom Knight will probably be coming up too. Doppel will probably be post Shining Victories. Can't think of much else in all honesty. So yeah, I think that's going to do it for this deck profile, guys. Oh, and Vanguard deck profiles will probably be coming back soon-ish. Probably going to be waiting for post Fighters Collection. Well, okay, there might be like 1 or 2 deck profiles, I guess, between now and then. But yeah, that's going to do it for now, guys, and until next time, peace.